In North Wales this afternoon, Wrexham drawing 1-1 with the Rams. And the home side is still waiting for their first league win of the season. They did go in front in this game, not without controversy in the early stages though. Lewis O'Brien should have been sent off for a foul on Ibu Adams. He stayed on the field and then nodded Wrexham in front midway through the second half. But Ben Brereton Diaz responded with a fine equaliser, his first Derby goal, to earn the Rams a point. So it's still just one win in 7 to start the season for the Rams. But Shaun Barker, I think they deserve that today.
Yeah, it's probably a fair result. There was very little to call between the two of them in the first half. It was quite flat. Neither really created too many opportunities. Saying that, Big Pat had a chance after, 9 seconds, should have done better. And I've mentioned it a few times this season, that it was a game where if either team took full control and really ran with it, that the game was there to be won. I thought Wrexham started that second half a little bit better, a bit more on the front foot. They got themselves ahead. There was a crazy 60 seconds in that second half as well where either team could have gone ahead. But the reaction to get back in, the goal from Brereton Diaz was simply beautiful, the way that he took it past the player and finished into the top corner. So the reaction to get something from the game on our travels limited them to very few chances. I suppose from a away performance it was very good.
More from Box in a moment. We'll talk through the big decision in the game as well. But let's hear from Derby's head coach. Here's John Eustace.
It was a real battle and I was very proud of the efforts of the group. I thought first half we did really well. We created some good chances. We need to be better in that final third. We got in some really good positions and just lacked that little bit of quality, which will come for sure. The more the players are playing with each other and getting used to each other. And the way we stuck together in that second half, we had 2 great chances just after half time where we could have gone a goal up, and really disappointed the manner we conceded, because I thought we defended the box really well throughout the whole game. And you know, it started on the halfway line where the back four needed to be higher. We needed to push midfield up a little bit more as well. As the game went on, we just became a little bit too open. But I mean, listen, our goal to equalise was a fantastic goal. It was great play, and you know, that's why we brought Ben to the club.
In terms of the character of the group, is that exactly what you want to see, in terms of you go a goal behind but they roll their sleeves up and you get yourselves back into it?
Of course it is. You know, you never give up. You know, every player, every staff member who's part of Derby County are very proud to work for the football club, and you know, they wear their heart on the sleeve, and they give 100%, and that's what I demand. And you know, if we're a goal down, 2 goals down, it doesn't matter. You know, you do everything to get back in that game, and I think you could see all 13, 14 of them players on the pitch today did that.
You mentioned the equaliser from Ben Brereton Diaz, terrific finish.
Yeah, top class, and that's why he's here. You know, we know Ben's a top player, and you know, he hasn't had any pre-season games, you know, which people forget probably. And you know, he's had 2 games where he's catching up on his fitness. He's still catching up now. There's a lot more to come from Ben, I know. But when he gets into them positions, you know, he's going to hit the target. And I thought that goal was outstanding today.
How much of a boost does that give a player when he's coming in and he's on catch-up, as you say, that you get off the mark? Because it must give a real confidence boost.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's a really experienced player. You know, him and Patrick, you know, they're on catch-up and getting vital minutes. And, you know, I thought the partnership there was good. I think all 3 of them linking with Carlton was excellent. You know, Bobby Clark coming on certainly made a difference in that second half as well. You know, we're getting good minutes into Andy Vyman again. You know, so, you know, the front players are all looking sharper and getting fitter, and, you know, I'm really excited to have them in the squad.
So it's 1 defeat in 5 now. You're in a habit of getting points. I know clearly you'd like a few more wins. Was that important that the team get in the habit of, even if things don't necessarily go your way in the games, that you get something out of it?
Yeah, in the Championship, you know, over the course of 46 games, you know, you're not going to get the run of green on some of the games. You know, your performances aren't always going to be good, but it's important you keep picking points up. Today, I felt we could have won the game. You know, I was really pleased with the effort that first half. If we were better in that final third, then we could have quite easily scored a couple of goals. We had 2 fantastic chances just after half time, which we didn't take. But the way that when you go 1-0 down here, you know, with their fans right behind them as well, to show that character to come back and get that equaliser was really pleasing.
You mentioned Patrick Adjuman, first start for him in a Derby County shirt. How did you feel he did today?
I thought he showed glimpses. I think there's a lot more still to come. You can see he's not match sharp yet. We asked him to do a specific job without the ball, and the longer the game went on, the game got more stretched, and he wasn't getting into the position that he was for the first half. But I think he looks very, very dangerous in them 1v1 situations, especially when players get tight to him, defenders get tight to him. So, I'm really excited to have him in the group. He's going to create and score a lot of goals for us. And I think the rest of the boys, Carlton, Ben, Andy, Lars, all them players, Bobby playing around him, should be very excited.
It's a busy old week, and back to it on Tuesday night at Pride Park.
Yeah, back again at home on Tuesday, and it's important that we show that same commitment and work rate that we showed, that same heart again. It's going to be a really difficult game, but we're really looking forward to getting back, and we want to start getting some wins.
That's Derby boss John Eustace. You'll hear from the goal scorer Ben Brereton Diaz shortly as well. Derby's head coach not weighing in on the big decision of the game, which came after 8 minutes. Lewis O'Brien showed a yellow card when really I think we're certainly in agreement it should have been red. How did you see that challenge on Ebou Adams' early stages?
Time you've seen it, I think when you're kind of watching it live, you don't quite realise the height that challenge was made. I think that the referee's in a great position first and foremost to see that, and he's made the call that that's a yellow card. Whether it's because it's the start of the game and it's quite early on, I don't know, but the more you see it, the worse it gets. It was a horrendous challenge. The studs were up. He was fortunate that he wasn't completely planted. You saw the twist of the ankle from Ebou Adams, and his reaction, not only from him but the players around him, they were absolutely sure it was a red card. They were disgusted with the challenge, and so they should have been, because O'Brien should have seen red. And of course, it was that man that's got the first goal for Wrexham as well. Yeah,
you can always sort of see these things coming. They tend to right themselves. Former Nottingham Forest player as well. Kabore was a real handful down Wrexham's right-hand side all day. It's his ball in. It's O'Brien's header. Bit too simple from Derby's perspective.
Yeah, we knew that Kabore was a handful down that right-hand side. He was offering that threat in that first half, and he was getting more and more joy. It was a little give and go. Had the pace to beat Fozzie in that sort of position and those moments. At that point, I'm looking at the shape of your defenders. I thought Sanderson was excellent dealing with Moore throughout the game in the box. 2 or 3 times Moore got away from him and he just got a little touch or a little bit of contact. At this point, both Ebou Adams is on the cover with Fozzie, so I don't think Clark needs to go as far as he does. If he can release a little bit deeper, it means that Sanderson could just pick up one man. He released a little bit too late, probably reacted too late to go out to O'Brien, because the closest player to the goal is the most dangerous, and he just needed to release a little bit quicker. Johnson the same. However you look at it, it was a 3v2 in the box. That shouldn't happen away from home. It shouldn't happen that simply. So a frustrating goal to concede, especially when, and the manager mentioned there, how well they defended the box.
Importantly, though, Derby responded and they found the equaliser today, and they've scored some great goals already this season, the Rams. This from Ben Brereton Diaz, his first for the club, has to be up there?
Yeah, we'll obviously talk about Brereton Diaz and his involvement, but there was 3 or 4 passes beforehand from Ozo that kept things simple, kept things ticking over. It came from Zetstrom having the ball and playing a brave pass through the lines. That sometimes starts a move off. Fozzie found, as you man, a little flick, and the rest was down to Brereton Diaz. The little touch between the legs was sublime, and as soon as that body opens up, he can see the goal. He can see his position. He can see the body shape of the defender, then coming back to mark him, and he took it on nice and early, and what a finish it was. Brilliant goal to get his first goal for Derby. I thought he showed more moments in the game, little moments where you can see what John's brought him for and how we can affect the game. But that was his one moment of class, and it was the best part of the game.
There still weren't too many chances beside the goals for either team. Zetstrom makes a few saves, nothing too remarkable. Okonkwo had a couple, 2 in sort of 20 seconds in that frantic second half, minute or 2. What did you see in the Derby performance today? Because you talked before the game about wanting to see a performance today.
Yeah, it felt quite similar to the away performance we've seen this season. My disappointment is that we're probably not brave enough in these situations. I think Wrexham were there for the taking this afternoon. I know John mentioned he was really pleased with the first 45 minutes. I thought we could have more oomph, a little bit more desire to drive forward, a little bit more creativity in our in possession detail. Out of possession, again, we're limiting a home side that's in good form, won 4 of the last 5 games, to very few chances, bar that 60 seconds or so. Now, if that's the case, you have to have that little bit of confidence on the ball. You have to try and take the game to Wrexham. And I felt that if we'd have done that, the game was there for the taking. Wrexham changed their intensity at half-time and they looked the brighter team, but it always meant that we had that little opportunity on transition as well. So the performance was fine. It was a good away performance if you're looking for a result, and if you're looking to be hard to beat, I still feel that there's another level in this group. I do. I'm waiting for that first game where you go, this is the sign, this is the real moment that you can see it all clicking. It still feels like we're not at that stage and we're not close to that stage. While we're in this transitional period of players coming back, players getting up to speed, you pick up results and your performances are at least steady. And I think it's exactly that this afternoon. Steady away performance, you get another point, you hope that in the next 2 or 3 weeks we're starting to see the extra little detail that you mentioned starts developing.
Well, there was a moment of real quality from Ben Brereton Diaz today, his first Derby County goal. Let's hear from him.
Yeah, I think coming into the game, obviously we're always wanting 3 points, and I think we can got the capability. We had some good chances, but at the end of the day, a point on the road is not too bad, and we put it in the bag and go on Tuesday at home.
There's a real scrap and a battle at times. We had to show some real character, especially coming from behind as well?
Yeah, I feel like we showed great character. I thought we had the better chances first half. The second half we had some great chances as well, and we caused a real problem. But yeah, we know it's always going to be tough coming in. The lads dug deep and won the first balls, second balls, and also played some nice football, which we want to do more of. And yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, a point on the road is good, but we can definitely do better.
You're off the mark, and there's a special way to do it. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, no. First of all, delighted to get off the mark, and also the team's been brilliant. You know, and yeah, I took a touch, ball in behind. I think it was Big Pat that got a little flick on, and yeah, I took my touch, and I seen the keeper a bit unsure with his where his goal was and stuff like that. So I just thought, why not? And yeah, it's yeah, happy to get off the mark really, and delighted for the team.
Did you sense it started to open up for you as soon as you won that flick on?
Yeah, definitely. I knew straight away that it was a 1v1. I think it was me and Dom. Yeah, I just thought a good touch here, and the goal will open up, and yeah, thankfully the good touch. And as soon as I looked up, the keeper was a bit off his line and a bit to his near post, and I thought, yeah, it's a shot I like to do. You know, coming inside and putting it in the corner. So yeah, I'm delighted to get off the mark, and yeah, I thought the team performance was good today, and we've got a lot more to come.
You obviously signed towards the end of the window and went away on international duty quite quickly. Are you starting to feel more settled with the group now? No,
definitely. Like I said, a brilliant group of players, a real family club. And obviously I've only been here for a few weeks, but I've gelled well with the lads. Obviously I know a few of the lads from playing with, and obviously playing against a lot of them. So yeah, it's been brilliant. The gaffer's been brilliant. So yeah, I'm really enjoying myself here at Derby in a minute.
Like you say, it's another point, and we're back at home in front of our fans on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're obviously delighted to get a point. We could have had 3, but now we've got to do a big performance at home now, and yeah, show the fans what we're about.
Derby's goalscorer today, Ben Brereton Diaz. Latest in the Championship then, 4 results from the weekend so far. 3 of them 1-1 draws at the Hawthorns last night, and the 2 games in Wales, Swansea and Wrexham. Of course, if you know, Coventry beat Birmingham in the other lunchtime game. Birmingham had a man sent off in that one as well. Not many goals around in the 3 o'clocks as yet. Ipswich leading, so Norwich, so are Hull. Let's take a look at the Championship table then, because why not? This accurate before the 3 o'clocks got underway. Middlesbrough top of the table. They've made a fantastic start. Coventry right there with them, and plenty of familiar names up and around the playoff places as well. Wrexham just sneaking into the top half at least temporarily. Derby out of the bottom 3 temporarily at least. That could change depending on what Oxford and Watford do a little later in the day. That's all from us for now. If you want more reaction, it'll be on the website dcfc.co.uk, and we're back Tuesday night as the Rams finish the set of games with 2 home games back at Pride Park Stadium. See you then. Goodbye.